Testing, testing. Sorry, I've got a little background noise here. Right, so what I want to do is, I created an installer yesterday. That's Dave Gnukem, but the application has no icon. So I realized it looks a bit bland. So I want to quickly see if I might be able to just link in an icon. Sorry for the noise, there's a washing machine going. Right. I'm not even 100% sure how to just add an icon to the damn thing. There is obviously an icon when it runs, but that gets set at runtime. It's not embedded in the exe. Normally in Windows you add a resource to the project as an icon. So a resource, new, graphics, I don't know if this will add, new item, right click, add, resource. Oh, there we go. This is what I'm thinking of. It's been a while since I did this. Icon, I think this is what we must do. New. And then we need to fill in this, all this. At runtime it still overrides it, but the exe, yeah, the exe now has an icon, but it's just the silly default one. What should we give it? 206 is really big. Give me 1 second. The reason I want the icon is because now I've created an installer, but if we go to that control panel, it just has this thing without an icon. And okay, that's not in itself bad, but it's going to be a lot more interesting if there is an icon. That comes out of the exe, that one, not the one that's specified at runtime, obviously. So I do want a icon because, you know, there's websites like Software Informer that pick up that create a database of software based on what people who use that software have installed on their systems, and it populates, you know, the icons and so on from that. So this is a horrible editor here. We don't want to edit out in here. We want to rather... I used to use a nice icon editor called IcoFX. In fact, I may even have bought a license for it, if I remember correctly. Let me check. This integrated icon editor is really not nice. I could swear I bought one. I'm not sure. Probably the tools is the product. Oh, there's one. There's one. I could swear I bought this thing, but I might be confused. This wood has been there since yesterday. I'm not sure if I should drink it. Anyway, this one's new. Anyway, I guess we can download a trial. What is that? $30. Okay, it's not. I don't quite want to drop $30 just to. But this is really painful, and working on an icon in Photoshop is also not ideal. There's nothing quite like. Why not just use a trial? I just want to do one icon. Download. Got a 30-day trial. It gives me 30 days to make an icon. I'll try buy it, but yeah, it's nice software. I've used it before. I was quite happy with it. I think, unless I'm confusing it with another one. I can edit. Okay, let's quickly install this. computer feels a bit slow. Let me shut something down. Shut this down. So I just want to add an icon into the exe. T-Lex. Not T-Lex, Dave Gnukem. T-Lex. Maybe it's time to also improve the icons of T-Lex. Anyway, right, IcoFX trial. That's not a bad default icon, but it's not exactly, I don't know what I want exactly, but let's see what it created there. Did it create an ICO file, or is it icon1.ico? Horrible. Alright, seems to be this. Open. This is obviously just for Windows, I guess. Anyway, right, so, gosh, creating all these different versions, that's quite a bit of work. I don't want to sit here for hours just creating a name icon. I wonder how it would look if I just throw in some screenshots or something lame. Part of the screenshot, or I don't know. See the brush size. It's huge. Okay, I don't think it's going to work to have one image that we use for all the size icons. I just need something quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I don't have a lot of time. I have only very little time. So icon of BMP, that's the current image loading as an icon, which is fine, I guess. I'll open but it is, I don't know if I can use that. That's the real Dave Gnukem. I mean, that's the real original Dave Gnukem. This is a bit misleading because we don't actually use the real one. 32 by 32. I should probably make it transparent around there. Or maybe a circle border or circular edge or something. Okay, I'm a little confused here. There we go, that's how we do transparent if we want. Okay, so I think we can do something like yeah, it's pretty gross, but whatever. um, well, 48 by 48. This is really, I'm half-assing it. I'm gonna be honest. um, this is cheating. It's not. Undo. I can't undo that. There we go. 256 by 256, I don't know, the easiest might be to maybe grab a little screenshot. With a few things in it, and a few iconic things from the game. The crawly monsters, a security camera, a box. I don't know, I'm trying to... Just thinking out loud. Oh, there's no euro, that's crazy. Oh, it's flickering because of the health issue. Alright, now we need 256 by 256. We should actually be using a 1:1 scale. That's never gonna work. This is not the right screen. Oh wait, oh no. Yeah, if we do this there, then we've got a security camera down there. That might be interesting enough. And then where's that info? $300 by 300. Huh? How are we going to get from that to 256? But we're at a scale of 3. I suppose we don't have to grab it exactly. I could literally just grab 256 pixels. 256 by 256. I guess. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just grab something. Yeah, there we go. I think that's alright. There's a lot going on in there. That's not an icon. How is that an icon? This is called being lazy. Okay. That's a lazy man's icon. Alright. That's not right. I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna have to do. I should maybe at least give it rounded edges or something. That's... Maybe I should use Photoshop for some of the editing. Some of the things are going to be easier to do in Photoshop. Anyway, let's just see how this looks. This is really lazy. Really lazy. I'm curious how it's going to look though, right? If we now rebuild the application, we should get... of course, those changes might have broken the non-Windows build, because I think somewhere it inserts a header file, RC or something, I don't know. Let's see now. Building. I just want something in there for now. It's not the default icon. That didn't update automatically. Why? Source. But sometimes, yeah, I've seen problems like that in the past. Windows Explorer like caches the information, so it's not necessarily up to date. Dave release. Super date, where is it? Let's see. There it goes, all the way there. Is it still the old icon? I'm wondering if it's just cached it now, or if... yeah, that's better. So it just somehow cached it. I'm not sure who or what is caching it, but... why is it a question mark? What's that about? Huh? What's a big question mark doing there? What does that mean? Properties? Oh, now it's gone. But if we say properties from here, there's a question mark. But if we do it from Windows Explorer itself, it's fine, no question mark. And if we do it from Total Commander, okay, I don't know what's going on there. Alright. But that's what the point of what we're trying to do is just to add an icon, create an installer, and then it needs to save the settings under somewhere under your home folder, like users David, not where I put it yesterday, but something like app data roaming, and then it should create a folder, Dave Gnukem, and put all the settings in there. So now there's the icon it sets at runtime, which is still the same, which is fine. Okay, so now if we create an installer using this exe, the point of this little exercise is that if we now rerun our installer generator, but with this exe, which probably won't work for that data folder because it's out of date, DJ source. Let's just update the data. Data. Those new levels are just test levels. I don't think there's anything valid going on there. Yeah, I'm going to clean up a bit. Take out the example level. We can put the example level maybe in a separate mission. There is already one though. There is an example mission. Anyway, so now if we rebuild that installer, the one we did yesterday, if we go there Gnukem installer, just to show everybody what that looks like. So we created this Gnukem.nsi. I can maybe rename that Dave Gnukem.nsi and m.bat is batch file. So this is NSYS nullsoft installer system. And this is just a basic nullsoft script, a nullsoft installer script that we set up yesterday. And if we run m.bat, it runs make NSYS on that file, Gnukem.nsi. And the NSI just defines, the installer's behavior. And then, so now we have a new installer, which we're going to run. And I don't think it should run the game from the installer, should it? It should be an option. Anyway, if we go now to control panel, and refresh our list of installed applications, it's still wrong. I wonder if the uninstall will work. Let's see. No, the uninstall doesn't actually work. Oops. Okay, so the uninstall doesn't work properly. I wonder if that's why the reinstall didn't work properly. Because it didn't uninstall. No, the icon's there. The icon is there. So I think this icon is not cached. There's some sort of cache of these icons. Let me just close this, control panel, and install a program. I wonder if there's some way to force it to refresh. Or maybe the icon for that is specified separately. Yeah, I think so. The icon that appears here, I think, is actually separate. It, and I think somewhere in the NSI file we have to, so what we're going to have to do is two things. We have to add that icon file to the installed, I think we can just dump it in the same folder. Rename it, that icon one we're going to add Gnukem.ico. Oh, Dave Gnukem.ico, right? So we're going to actually install it with the application, and then somewhere in our NSR file, I think we need to specify the icon that how do we do this again? Let's manage source installers select star. Display icon, there it is. So we need to, do something like this. For the, this is the icon that appears in the So under display name, we're going to say software, Dave Gnukem. Why are there two levels? What's going on here? There's a let's just do that, I think. And then, yeah, we add a display icon, and it'll be just Dave Gnukem.ico. That should then, if we rebuild the installer and reinstall it, become the icon that appears here in Add Remove Programs. Let's just delete these keys manually and just see what the installer does here as well. Okay. Should probably be under data, eh? Data. I guess. Doesn't really make a big difference at the end of the day. Okay, did I rebuild it? Rebuild installer. There's a number of things I haven't done. Firstly, I must sign the installers. I must sign the exe and sign the installer before you actually distribute. Plus I need to clean up a bit before I can distribute that. It's right. Sorry for the break. The rig company, that's a bit strange, isn't it? Dave Gnukem is not a company. I don't even know what to put there for things like this. Publisher, rig company. It's not Swanage. And I think the icon should go under data. Let's keep the so data Dave Gnukem.ico. Rebuild the installer, make instance /v2 safety version equals X blah 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 set compressor. MSI. So that creates this Dave Gnukem setup. This install help you set up Dave Gnukem on your computer. Welcome to setup. This is really basic. Anyway, it doesn't have to be fancy for now. It just has to be an installer. It's really basic. Okay. Completing setup has been installed on your computer. That's really awful. Okay. Click finish to close. That is run. There's some missing language stuff because it pulls in the localization stuff, but it's not set up properly. I'm not actually sure how, because I didn't do that. Anyway, I used as a template one of my colleagues' installers. Right, okay. Start the game. It's like really big, it doesn't quite fit on the screen. And that, why doesn't it fit on the screen? What's going on? It's supposed to automatically figure out the correct size that it should fit on the screen, but I don't think it's correctly taking into account, and I think that's a bug. I'm not sure. Dave Gnukem. When they're being scaled, the system DPI scaling looks like it. If so, then the default window size is too large. Doesn't fit on screen. I've got a DPI scaling set. This I want to add to the GitHub. Okay, so we're working on head off to the GitHub source code. I'm looking for the word GitHub. It's funny. Like I made this web page, and I can't find the link because I'm looking to the GitHub because I'm looking for the word GitHub. But it's under source code. Like, I wonder, should I change it to say GitHub? Or put GitHub in brackets? I don't know. Anyway, issues, new issue. Okay, there are a bunch of new issues that I just figured out since yesterday, so we must save games and other configuration file, etc. Should be somewhere under users documents folder, and we should do the same also for Soccer Barn. And while I'm here, David Gnukem, I want to add it to Soccer Barn. Create installer. Create Windows installer. Because that'll be nice. That'll be nice to have a Windows installer for this game. Soccer Barn. Then there was this other new issue, which is and this actually, I must just edit this to be milestone 1, because it has to be done by the time we've oops issues. That'll have to be, oh, it says 1, so it says save, let's save games. Can you see? DPI scalings settings. Okay. Milestone 1. We can specify the window scale. Either that, or it just fits but doesn't take into account the start menu. I don't think so though. It looks too big. That definitely looks too big. Or it could have to do with the fact that I have 2 screens or something. Like, I don't know. But to me that just looks too big. Like one scale size too big maybe. This is smaller because if we can manually set the scale size. Okay, but what we were doing was we go to control panel, uninstall a program, or change. And now we have the icon. But now we also have this rubbish entry. What's going on there? I think there's some registry settings floating around with this, because I uninstalled and uninstalled properly. That Windows installer stuff can be a bit funny if you don't do things really nice and clean. You end up with these funny dead entries. What is this? Is it this maybe? I know, recent apps. I'm going to start on the program. What's that? UFH SHC, I don't even know what that means. UFH SHC, is this? I don't know, I don't think that's what I'm looking for. It's amazing how much junk collects in the registry. Anyway. Yeah. So I just want to see what changes it made to the source code also. Gnukem. Nothing. So what did it change then to add that icon? It must have added something to the project. Now this is a problem because, yeah, there we go, it added resource.h. So sorry, it did add something, it added resource.h. So it linked to resource.h. Ah yeah, it added a resource.h. So this we must add for the icon. Then the RC file. Now I've been wondering last year. I want to rename that. So to rename it, I must rename it in the icon file also. The RC file, which I'm just going to do by hand in the text editor. You're supposed to change these things probably in Visual Studio somehow, but that is, I don't know, does not strike me as, I think it's a better idea just to edit it by hand and then, okay, let me just delete all the temporary stuff, sort by date, and so that. Now that one, there's not two, there's one in data, and I actually want to just directly reference the one in data, but that could be a problem. We have to say double dot data. I don't know if that's actually going to work. It should, I think. I've done this, it should work, but I'm not sure if the forward slashes will work. The method to use double backslash. I can just check. Star.rc. Other applications. Yeah, you can just do it like that. Right. So instead of having the file there, we just have one file. Dave.Gnukem.rc. I don't think it should be in the base folder. That's a bit untidy. I don't think anything should be in the base folder. Where should it be then? Data. Or is it really, is it a source thing? Is it part of the source? Because when you build the exe, it must build it into the exe. No, it's a data thing. That's a good question. Maybe I should have said both. Put it in both places. So that it's there for if you're building. It's a bit, I don't really want to have the same thing twice though. But if someone wants to build this and they don't have the data folder, I don't want the build to fail just because, or because I put the data in a different folder or something weird, I don't know. I want the build to be robust. Maybe we also shouldn't use the name Dave Gnukem.rc. So that, so these two we must add to Git. This other file is a problem because I don't want to commit to the Visual Studio 2017 changes. I only want to commit the addition of resource.h and the RC file. And oops, there we go, Dave Gnukem.rc. Oh, I also removed to-do.txt over there. I don't remember removing that. But that to-do.txt, why is it even, oh no, that should be removed, yeah. Okay, that file can be committed, that one is fine. This one is not fine, because this one has a bunch of changes that pertain to Visual Studio 2017. So this file, this is the only change I want to make in this file. In this. And there it is again. We should just call it app.icon or something generic, because if we use this basis, if we use this, it's going to make it easier if you use the whole framework to build a different application. Yeah, I think so. If you ever build a different application using the same framework, then we don't need to sit and go rename. So here we go for the third time. I'm going to rename this now. And the second time, really. Just call it something application.icon or icon.ico. So that if we ever use the framework for something else, it'll be less work. I don't know, app.ico, icon.ico, app icon. It's not an app, application. It's a game. Game icon. I'll just pick something. Icon. App icon. Application icon. That sounds really dry. Anyway, application icon. So now we need to change again. We have to change the RC file and install a template all over the place. Oh, not install a template, install a data application icon. That sounds... There could be a whole bunch of application icons. Like there might be a different one for Mac and a different one for Linux, and so I think under data we should just have icon or app icon or application icon. And now we've used a different naming scheme. That's actually, we should use a consistent naming scheme for the data files. Application icon. That's too long. Let's icon. And you're going to put it in icon. Okay. Application.seo. There, we're going to put it like that. That's the 100th time I'm changing it. Icon. But I'm thinking ahead now. Like, it's going to be tidier because we could have a Mac one and a Linux one. Plus the naming scheme should fit in like that. So we also need to now add data icon so that it installs it. And that we have to add to data. That one must disappear. So tortoise git add. Alright. BC Dave, we're going to add resource.h. Now we do a clean rebuild just to check, because I feel like I made a mistake somewhere there. I feel like go back to Visual Studio. Oh, we need to reopen it. PC Dave. And let's just clean it completely, build clean. I feel like they're very clean rebuild. I'm even going to delete Gnukem source PC Dave. Oh, I did delete the VCVS folder. Okay. File not found, application last year. Right, so obviously we've got something. I think the RC file. That's a very boring, generic, dry name, isn't it? Anyway. But it's easiest to change if you reuse. Okay. Start new game. Right, so that exe now should have the new, okay, the latest exe. I can drop in here. And run rebuild installer. Make insys. I just made a little batch file, which calls make insys with all the right settings. Let me just try something. Okay, I've just signed the executable just for fun, and now we also want to. Now we're going to rebuild the installer, and then we have to sign the installer. So that I want to see it shouldn't say unknown publisher when you. That's really important. If you don't sign the bloody thing, unfortunately the game is rigged in this world. If you don't sign that thing with a certificate, you know, all antiviruses are going to flag it with false positives. Even if you do, they probably are. They're so bad. They're really bad. Anyway, this antiviruses are terrible. And they don't care. They can sink your company with false positives. They don't give a shit. It's, yeah, if you're a small business. Anyway. Right, so that should now say digital signatures, Swarnage, hooray. Do you want to allow this app? This is why I have to say the publisher is Swarnage, because I'm signing as Swarnage. So, because I'm not going to get it whole, it's a big thing to get a digital certificate. I'm not getting a separate one just for the game. And so that's what I'm signing with. Anyway, I don't mind, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as we don't release this game with a virus, or with something that antiviruses flag as a virus. If the antiviruses flag it as clean. To check that, I use a very handy website. It's a very handy website. Very, very handy. Very, very handy website. Virustotal.com. If you're building and releasing software, it will run your installer or exe or so forth or whatever through all the major antiviruses, and you'll find out if they're false positive, flagging it, or if they're really sloppy, if there's really a virus in the release. Anyway, if you do have false positives, good luck, good luck, good luck. Anyway, I have spent a great deal of time in my life dealing with these false positives. I'm going to upload this just for interest, this installer. Please tell me I'm just praying there's no false positives. Please don't be false positives. There shouldn't be. It's quite, most of the stuff, the antivirus is knowing our certificate now, but this is something new and different. It's an installer. Okay, so let's run the installer and finish it. Okay. And then we go to control panel, uninstall the program, and we should have Dave Gnukem there with an icon. Hooray! It's not a bad little icon. It's a bit dense. It's not very icon-y. But alright, let's see virus title. This could take really long. My problem is I've got really shitty internet, so I can't stream and upload. Maybe I should do this later. I'm gonna do that later, because I'm gonna get gonna hammer my poor stream. Okay, so now we got an installer with an icon. Great, I'm very happy. So now I want to clean up a few things and actually try and make a release. Data. Some checked, auto sketch. So my data folder. This I need to revert because I can't use this. I'm not going to revert it, but it's a really nice background, but I have not, it's not copyright cleared. There's somebody, I've just borrowed it from for testing, but yeah, it's the copyright term is unclear, and I don't add anything with unclear copyright terms. This I'm going to revert for now, because that's my change. The sprites teacher, I'll leave that change in. The level I'm going to revert. Okay. And I only want to commit this. Okay. Application icon. Now we're going to do separate commits because we have two separate databases. We have the... What's going on here? This should be set up. Okay, that worked. So this is a little bit tricky. I can't release an installer now until I fix that also, that the home folder problem. So it's quite a lot to do actually now. Plus there's a few sloppy bits of the installer. I can't just have it say, there's missing text and I grabbed as a template the multilingual installer, which I'm now slightly regretting, but what is uninstall.exe? Is that part of make nsys? I mean, where does that even come from? Is it something we must make? I don't remember. I've done this before, but long ago, so since I've done it. We have do we even need to uninstall exe? Why do we need to uninstall exe? Maybe nsys thing generates that. Let's check. Dave Gnukem. Yeah, there's an uninstall exe. Alright, so nsys generated the uninstall.exe, so it is there. It's got uppercase I, so let's just put uppercase I just to be correct about it. Dave Gnukem. It's not under there, strangely enough. Why? Dave Gnukem. Create shortcut start menu programs. Dave Gnukem. Uninstall the link. Installer uninstall the exe. Should be there. Should be uninstall. So what I also want to do is commit the source code changes, but I have to do this selectively and carefully because that one that can be added, that can be added. We don't want to add yet. That is nothing in it I want to add. This is oh, that's also wrong. How did that even get through? I don't know how that can cause problems. Okay. So now this file, we want this file but with only those changes and not these changes. So how are we going to do this? We must I think we must do the following. We do this. We back it up. Easy Dave. Dave.v6 prod. Let's just make a copy. And now selectively revert individual lines. Use other block, use other block, use other block, use other block, use other block. Okay. Resource. Yeah, just like that. Right? That's fine. Oh, and we also need to add the RC file. Tortoise git add. So we need to add the icon, the resource.h, and the icon. What did I say? Icon 3 times. Twice there. What did I mean to say? The resource.h, the RC file, and the icon. Okay. that RC file, resource compile, Visual Studio thing that compiles this and this into, and these are then bundled as resources into, it's part of the Windows exe format. You know, you can have an icon or other types of things bundled inside. I don't want to use it a lot because it's a cross-platform application, but so I don't want to use it for all sorts of things, look. But I just want to use it to add the icon. Add icon to commit and push. What is going on here? Why is it not? Why is it confused about who I am for this project on GitHub? Okay, 0.91. I don't know about that version number, 0.91. But already, yeah, it's alright, it'll do. Now, I want to also commit, and maybe, I don't know where to put it though, in the source. Installer, this installer script, the NSI file. Let me just fix it up a little first. Oh, we need to unback up that file I backed up. Source, as in the one I've made a copy of. We need to let that overwrite the original again. So we've again got just these are just local changes for Visual Studio 2017 that I don't want to commit yet, because then the project probably won't compile on previous versions of Visual Studio. I hope desktop shortcuts. Let's create a desktop shortcut. I don't know, should probably be an option, but I don't have time. I think the type of user who hates desktop shortcuts probably knows how to delete the desktop shortcut. That's called rationalization. I guess it would be nice to have a README. The README could be based on the README MD. Convert the README MD into RTF format and embed it into the installer. But not now. I first need to fix things like the That's pretty cool though. I like that it actually works. I'm going to install this on here. Just test it on another machine. XBeam. Add or remove programs. Yes, this is Windows XP. Look, there's now 2 entries. Show it. So that obviously doesn't work properly either, for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, I think the uninstall fails because it's looking for a log or something of installed files to use to uninstall. So that, see, this, yes, the uninstall, this one has it. Why doesn't Windows 10 have it? Okay, Dave Gnukem, 0.91. Okay, brilliant. So let's also test on done that, I think, so many times now. Okay, I think there's also going to be 2, yeah. Yeah, so there's some problem, obviously. There shouldn't be 2. I don't know if that will come right. Hopefully when I get the uninstall working. Okay, there it is. What was the other thing I was doing? I must fix the texture. Okay, so we got ourselves an icon, which we made quickly with Icon FX and Photoshop. Yeah, and then we must try to fix that home folder story. It's nice software, that IcoFX. Edit icons, or just need to make 2 quick icons. It's better than the built-in Visual Studio. Welcome, confirm installs, message. Run text. What if we just do that? This is slightly odd. Okay, license. It's not clear to me, like, I mean, obviously the source code is licensed under, I mean, it's open source, GPL or whatever, but I'm not gonna, that's not the same as an end user license agreement, is it? I mean, is the user agreeing to the GPL when they install it? I don't know. Anyway, right, license. Through all that. So the last, excuse me. The last release I did was 0.81. So there's also been, so the other thing I have to do is this template folder, this must reflect the installed application folder. And yeah, so that config file is working. It's saving there. It's really saving it, which is strange. I don't understand why it's able to do that. It's able to do that, but it can't, like, you can't edit a level and save the level. Don't save. Maybe you can't save maybe you can't modify existing files, but you can add new files. I don't know. So I've removed the docs because it's really silly. Well, let's put it in. Might as well put it in. I want to get rid of that stupid docs folder. That little bit of documentation must go somewhere else. It's not. I want to just keep it simple, really. I don't think it needs to be in the release. I mean, it's got some information, file formats for game data files. And then this boxes.txt, which is just a list of a few things from the N1. This is obviously I made this list 20 years ago, 24 years ago, just to, I guess, to work from, to have a list of things to implement, but they're all basically done now. Balloon disk, rugby ball, molecule, access, glove. I don't have the glove. That's about the only thing I haven't done. I haven't done the glove. Right. Anyway, so we must simplify this, have as little as possible. The reason I want to simplify as little as possible is I want to also make like Debian, or I want people to easily be able to make, or the docs could go under data. Yeah, that's a good idea. Any useful documentation gets it under data. The file format is useful, potentially, to a developer. See, I want it should be easy to create a new package file. In every folder that a user has to, someone creating a package file for Ubuntu or for whatever, has to sit and make decisions. Where must this go? The user install, opt, or whatever, you know. I just want it to be simple, just data files, exe, and not much else. The updated readme, obviously. So yeah, let's get rid of the docs. I think what we can do is, let's remove, is this useful? No, there's better lists out there of what items you have in Dave Gnukem 1. This is useful, but this is very important information. This should actually go into the header file of, if you're a developer, this is very important. There's only one developer there, and that's me. So yeah, I don't think we want that in really. Let's leave it out. The latest readme must always go in. That's useful. History in case it's changed. Source, should source go in? I don't even know if I should put the source in. You have to put the source in. For a... for a GPL release. Now the reason that I want to put the source in is stupid. I was talking about the antivirus false positives just now, and I had some big problems quite recently, about 6 months ago, with one of the antivirus vendors. You know, I was including the source with a binary release, and the antivirus, one of the antivirus vendors, antivirus was false positive flagging like crazy on some stuff it was finding in the source code files, and that's annoying. That's not a good reason not to include the source. The other reason that I want to include the source is this whole project is a big drain on my time, and I don't have a lot of spare time. So I'm looking for ways to streamline. Every time I have to do a release, I must cert and package the source, and I don't think anyone's actually used it. Like, if you want the latest source, you just go to GitHub and you grab the latest source. So I don't think there's any value in including it. I'm going to leave it off. But then I must delete it from this folder. Am I legally required to? That's the other thing. Maybe let's just check that. Because it's GPL. I mean, it's my application, of course, but does GPL require? I don't think so. Like, you don't get the LibreOffice source with LibreOffice. You have to go download it. Source to be included with application. I don't think so. It just has to be available. GPL. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I thought there would be a... The source is there, obviously. It's just on GitHub. I'm just wondering if my Windows installer has to install. I don't think so. Like, LibreOffice installs... You know, there's no source code in here. Start at CP or start at Java. Level, okay, I mean, there's no... And the README has links to the GitHub, so whatever. Alright,